Franklin, thank you for watching my video on my YouTube channel, and thank you for the message that you sent me.
Sure. Good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There was a guy and a wife, and I interviewed them. I interviewed the, the, the man from Switzerland,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like that our conversation would be uploaded on YouTube. I didn't mention uh, where they are, and I told the wife, "Why are you scared for?" And this interview, when you come live conference, I need to see it. I need to interview whether you meet the criteria or not. And this gentleman didn't even meet the criteria. They want to buy 1 kilo.
Yeah, I heard that. 1 kilo, yeah.
1 kilo is not worth it to travel, and gold is
It was
not
really
cheap.
nice. The way you replied, the way you answered, 1 kilo is not worth it, and it's true. It's not.
Yeah. In fact, our interview is live. Remember, and you didn't complain. You didn't
No.
complain because you wanted to share our conversation, and I want you to share what you have bad experience in Nairobi, isn't it, Franklin?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
You're not
I'm
scared.
happy for that.
You're not scared to share, because I want to educate the buyer that this gold business is not for everyone. It's not.
It's not.
This gold business with the capital. If you don't have $1 million, forget about it.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. From $500,000 to $1 million and up.
Yeah, $500,000 to $1 million. If you don't have that, don't be involved, and don't try to call Wilhelmina, because I'm not here to teach people. I am here to sell. You watch my YouTube channel, you learn it, you read the full corporate offer. When you think that you meet the criteria, then you come for live video call conference, because I'm going to interview you whether you like it or not. Then right and there, I can distinguish that you are a time waster.
Yeah. It shows there. It shows there right away.
Yeah. So Franklin, thank you very much that you allow me to share your bad experience in Nairobi. At least the potential buyer would be aware.
Yeah.
See?
At least if they're legitimate buyers, they should be aware, and they should also learn from my experience that you need to have proper documentation.
Exactly.
Documentation.
Exactly. And if the buyer cannot show their proof of fund that they have $500,000 or $1 million, don't come to Wilhelmina, because you will be rejected at all. At that point.
Why they don't understand that? They should understand that. Why not? Why can't they understand that? You are saying that every video, if you don't have that amount of money, is a waste of time.
Exactly.
But still, they come to you, and afterwards they start to complain.
Yeah, they're scared. Why are they scared for? I'm not scared to show my beautiful face. I'm not.
It is. It has brains. That face has brains.
Yeah. I'm not.
You're right.
I was the one who introduced this, in order for the buyer not to be cheated like you did. At least you learn from your experience. There's a lot of buyer has been cheated, because they think that they can buy gold cheap price. Now gold is almost 2,800, almost.
Wow, yes, almost, yes.
Now we are now on November 1st. When I look at on the movement of gold, I think at 2025 the gold will be 3,000 per ounce. Wow. On 3,000, Franklin, per ounce, 3,000 times 32.15. That could be 96,450.
96,450.
Yes.
LBMA.
Yes. Now because you are buying directly from us, Wilhelmina will renegotiate the price for you. Instead of 8%, I might give you 10 to 12%, but don't bank on it.
Yeah.
I will only allow to give the buyer 10 to 12% or more when the buyer convince me, because I am the gatekeeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will open the gate for everyone if the buyer satisfied me. Then I will advise the seller, okay, I have validated this buyer, let us proceed. And they cannot afford to pay my services of $20,000, forget about it. Don't come. Don't come for conference. What a waste of time.
It is. It's a waste of time.
In fact, I was listening to your message. Now our conversation is live, and you're gonna be on my YouTube channel and also on my platform on Facebook. This is good for everyone, because they would realize that this is not for them if they don't have a capital. This is not for them.
Exactly.
And you didn't complain that your name was been mentioned. You don't need. You didn't.
Nah.
Because you
I
want.
don't complain. I don't need to complain.
Yeah, because you want to help everyone, so that they would not encounter what you have encountered before.
Yeah, I want to help everyone.
Yeah.
And the job that you are doing is very good, because you are making African countries that has gold to have revenues. Most of the gold that are being smuggled, people are not paying revenues, taxes to the government, and the government is losing a lot.
You're right. In fact, last night before I was in bed, I forgot to switch off my phone. Someone in Conakry, they flew to Conakry. They couldn't get the gold, and they are begging me. And I told him, don't beg, because this is not for bigger.
It's better.
Gold is not for bigger. He flew to the Conakry. Yeah, maybe he didn't get along with the seller. Maybe the seller rejected him, and he came to me. He searched on YouTube, and they found me. They wanted 20 kilos, and I told him, show me the proof of fund.
Yeah.
Then I will pressure my head office to allow you to come to the office, but without your credential, I wouldn't believe it. So when I found out he's a joker broker. Oh. Look at that. The buyer paid for the joker broker to fly, and then he couldn't get the gold, and then he come to Wilhelmina.
See that? You got to be straight. You have to keep it that way. Nobody should bend you. Nobody should bend you.
Thank you, Franklyn. Thank you. I love you. I love the way you share your body experience, so that in the future, when the buyer come on my YouTube and they will search on YouTube, they will hear our conversation that that gentleman from Finland, I would not encounter disaster, because he shared his body experience. Yeah.
Almost $400,000 I lost.
See?
$400,000 just because of 3 kgs that were on top of the 10 kgs that we didn't pay the taxes for.
See?
400,000, yeah. And since then, I have been trying to just lay low and think until I discovered you.
Really?
Until I discovered you.
So yes. when you discovered my YouTube channel, how many videos that you have been listening?
I listened about 3 to 4, 5 videos of yours. I never knew about you. About 3 or 4, 5 videos I listened about.
So what did you learn out of that?
I learned a lot. The main thing I learned is how to pay the proper taxes. Even if you're taking 1 kg out, you must pay the taxes, and you must do it. You must do due diligence. There's no other way about it.
Correct.
You have to. You have to. Because like you've been saying on your videos, you're gonna have per kg, you're gonna have $15,000 to $20,000, $30,000 profit every 1 kg. That's a lot of money.
Exactly. And then this buyer who doesn't want to pay taxes, they're scared. They only want to get a handsome profit. They don't know how African dig gold. They have no idea.
They have no idea. You're right.
My seller loses his worker every week.
From the minds of my people in Sierra Leone, you will see them. You can even cry. But you have been to the mines. I've seen
I was.
Your photographs?
Yes, I was on the mine. I feel sorry for the miner. I feel sorry. And this crook buyer, they think that they can get the gold. Yes, you can get the gold when you have a capital. You have to pay the taxes. I told my seller, foreigners are ripping you off.
That is true.
And you know what my seller said? Thank God, Mrs. Ford, that you tell the world. They said, yeah, they are ripping you off.
They are.
When
And also African governments are losing money.
exactly.
They are losing money. They don't get revenue. And like you said, this product belongs to the government as long as it has been dug from the ground. To take it out of the country, the government have to come in to pay the value added tax.
Wow,
So
you learn from Wilhelmina. Exactly 100% right. Exactly. Yes. You're right. No matter how I educate, but it's okay. If they don't like my toughness, that is not my problem. That is their problem. They can keep their money. They can keep their money.
They can keep their money. And look at Zimbabwe. This guy, Tafaro, you were interviewing, he was even saying that individual people cannot export gold from Zimbabwe. It's only the government.
Correct.
And that's the best way.
You know how much the government. You know how much the government charged to the buyer? I read the articles. Is 1.5%.
1.5%.
See? And that is upfront cash. You have to put the money in the bank first before you will get the gold out of the country.
The country, yeah.
Can you imagine that?
That's revenue.
Yeah, that's a revenue of the government. Yes.
That's good.
And then Wilhelmina explained thoroughly, and Wilhelmina explained how you're gonna get the profit, and one buyer didn't like it.
Yeah.
That is the problem. That's not my problem. And
it's not your problem at all.
And he was been talking to Sierra Leone, and he was been offered $48,000 per kilo, and I told him go for it.
Exactly.
Then you will end it into disaster. Yeah, and then you're gonna waste your time traveling, and then when you see the seller, the government will not give you the certificate of clearance. Where is the receipt of payment? The cash inflow receipt. Where is it?
I have another example that I have to tell you. Also, like I brokered a deal from some people I knew from Russia. So I know some people some sellers in Ghana. So we then the SP and everything well understood, forth and back, correct XP here, do some amendments here. We did all that. The process took about 1 to 2 months. It was like a 50 kgs trial. And then when it comes to delivery, these people from Russia were saying that the gold had to be delivered CIF. The buyer not game, yes, from Ghana. He said no, they don't deal on CIF. He said it straight away, and the whole deal broke up like that. Yes, no CIF. Everything started so well until at the end.
I'll tell you, my seller.
Bank to bank, they came up with CIF. The seller in Ghana said no, we don't deal with CIF. We want the 50 kgs, bank to bank, everything. The paperwork was done. Bank account numbers, everything, SWIFT, corresponding bank in New York. The seller did everything. I have all the copies. I can send to you. I have all the copies here.
See,
they were talking about CIF.
Most of the buyer, Franklyn, they think they can get a gold CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. That kind of buyer is a very dangerous to deal with, and that kind of buyer is a crook buyer. Because he cannot afford to pay the gold, he can only afford to pay shipping cost and insurance. That is impossible.
Yes.
If the seller offer you to pay taxes, then you are waiting for disaster. You are. Because the government would not give certificate of clearance that you have paid the gold.
No, they will not.
Yes.
Exactly. Because they need to have their value added tax before the gold leaves the country.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, in United Kingdom, their tax incoming if you bring the gold Dore bar 20%.
Mm.
So that is why they open business or company in Dubai, because Dubai the tax is lesser. I think the
It's lesser.
importation
Yeah.
tax is I think is 5%. Don't bank on it,
Mm-hmm.
because this is what I was told when I was in Dubai. In Australia,
Yeah.
our government sales tax is 10%.
Mm-hmm.
I just do
In
the
Finland, it's
shopping.
25.5%.
Yeah,
25.5.
how much is in Finland?
25.5. The government just increased 1.5%
See,
last month.
see,
Yes, 25.5 value added tax. But
see. Here in
mm-hmm.
Australia, our tax, our government sales tax is fixed. But I don't know if the new administration, of course, that is an income of the government. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have any
Yeah.
complaint to pay the government sales tax. Now we are now on inflation. I'll tell you, Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
when the world is under inflation, all
Mm.
commodities is getting higher.
Yes.
Whether you buy
Mm-hmm.
meat, fish, vegetable, anything
Yeah.
that you in need, you have to pay valued added tax, whether you like it or not.
You have to.
Buying
Yes.
gold exactly the same.
Mm.
See?
Mm.
So those small joker buyer, Franklin, they think they can make money. Yes, you can make money if you follow the golden rules. There's a saying,
Yes.
he who has the gold makes the rules.
Make the rules, and you're in charge. Yes, you're in charge.
Yes.
Yes, you make the rules.
And the supply
Mm.
demand, when the supply is scarcity, the seller is in control. There's a saying,
Yes.
supply and
Mm-hmm.
demand determine the price.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
See?
That's true.
So this conversation that we have, this is live, and I will put this on my YouTube channel so that everyone understand what we have discussed, and you don't have any
Yes.
complaint at all
No, exactly.
because
You
you
have to
want
do
to
it.
share
It's
it.
the only way to do it. The only way.
Yes.
Hmm?
So that is how. So Franklin, today we are now November 1st. Advance Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Same to you. Same to you. We're Catholics. Are you Catholic, huh?
Yes, I am.
Ah, good.
Keep
Good.
watching the movement of gold, because gold is fluctuate. It changes every half an hour.
Okay.
Now,
I will
today
do
is
that.
Friday. So the stock
Mm-hmm.
exchange, the world market is closed tonight. I think close end of the day. So
Okay.
the price is staggered. But wait until next week. The price will
Ah.
skyrocket. I was reading on Kitco. The Kitco
Mm.
says on the articles that middle of 2025, the gold could be
Yeah.
3,000 to 3,500.
Wow, wow,
So
wow, wow.
assuming middle of
Next
the
year.
year, next year, 2025,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
3,500 times
Per
32.15.
ounce.
This is 112, 100 plus.
Wow.
Wow.
It will, it, it will keep appreciating. The gold will keep rising up. It will keep, because the world is unstable. The
Yes.
geopolitical world is very much unstable. So, and gold will determine everything.
Gold is a tax haven, Franklin. Gold
Mm.
is the world asset. A small timer
It
that
is.
the gentleman wanting to 1 kilo. This is not for him. This is not. This is not. I advised
No.
the guy that last night, and I told him, if you think that you can make money, yes, you can make money, but you need to have at least capital 500,000, at least.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
If 1 kilo
Well,
is not worth it.
people can start small also. 5 kg, but when you pay all the taxes, that's not the problem. You can start small with 5 kgs, and then from there you grow up. You grow
No,
with time.
at the moment we no longer considering 5 kilos, because it's not worth it
Okay.
for the buyer, and also the valued added tax is not worth it for the seller rejected it. The seller instructed me at least 20 kilos, at least.
Yeah. Okay.
But 10 kilos, I might pressure if the buyer really convince me, because I am the one will pressure the seller to consider. But if you cannot convince
Exactly.
me that you have half a million or 800,000, I wouldn't be able to assist you. Especially, I am charging my extra service to accompany you. Next year, my
Yeah.
extra service could be $25,000.
Yes.
So a small timer wouldn't be able to afford.
Yes. Better that way. It's better to deal with the big timers, those people with the money, people who have revenues, be able to pay taxes and be able to transport a heavy volume of gold to
Correct.
any destination and make big profit out of it also.
That's the
People talk about having
yeah.
tons. How can they get tons of gold in Africa? Can they afford to pay 1 ton of gold revenues, like 1 ton of gold ALV, value added tax in Africa? It's impossible.
It is. It's not possible. It's not. Gold is money.
Yeah.
I just have a conference last night. Okay,
Yeah.
and the buyer and me and the seller. The seller rejected on the spot during our zooming.
Uh-huh.
The seller said, "Talk to Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina wants to screen you properly. If you could show that you have $1 million, yes, you can get gold from us."
Yes, that's it.
He was
That's
being
good.
rejected. And the buyer was begging me, "Wilhelmina, please help me." I said, "No, I cannot." And don't beg Wilhelmina, because if you beg, you are just like a beggar.
Yeah. It's not worth it, actually.
Gold business is not for beggar. This is for big spender.
Yes, that's true. For big spenders.
I
And
w-
they'll always get the reward back. The reward is huge in gold business.
why
Very huge.
why Russian company is building a refinery in Mali and also in Burkina Faso?
Yeah, exactly. They know what is inside, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to spend 5 to 10, 15, $20 million to build refineries in those two countries. Just
Yes. Even Italian group of company is in Mali. The Kankamusa refinery, KMR, they invested hugely. They created employment for the local, and they were being given a government incentives. Yes.
Yeah.
Even the Australian mining company are everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese are everywhere.
All the Chinese, they're everywhere. I've got videos here, the way they're destroying in Sierra Leone, they're destroying lakes.
Yes.
We have a lake in the north of Sierra Leone full of gold.
Yes.
They're destroying mining, vegetation, trees, cutting them down. You will see 5, 10 excavators in one piece of land digging. Chinese people in Sierra Leone. That's the truth.
Yeah, even my head office in Conakry, I even told the father, don't give away your wealth. Don't give away, because once the investor come into your company, they are going to become billionaire, and you are sitting huge of gold and rough diamond into your mine. Don't worry, they will come. They will come. They will come. And my head office was saying, "Wow, thank you for having us, because you are educating us at the same time." And I told him, "You were being manipulated by a foreigner. I'm a foreigner, but I don't like people taking advantage. Fair is fair." Yeah.
It's not.
I would be traveling soon. I would be traveling soon.
Okay.
I will let you know.
All right. To West Africa?
Yes, I would be. I would be in Conakry and Sierra Leone. Then I will visit Mali.
Okay. I'll come to Sierra Leone in December.
We'll see. But it's rainy days in Africa. December is heavy rain. There is no work. That is why they work 7 days a week. My seller in Sierra Leone have 600. In Conakry, they have 1.2. And in Mali, they have the tons of gold. They accumulate that because of rainy season, but they would not
Yeah,
sell you big time. They will sell you, start a trial 20, 30, 50.
it's better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
better.
to start a trial. Always better to start a
Yeah.
trial.
Mm. So thank you, Franklin, that you listen to my conversation, and
No problem.
also
No problem.
you send me a message. And
All
would
right.
you mind if I upload our conversation on my YouTube channel?
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. You can go ahead. Go ahead and do it.
All right.
It's
Thank you,
good.
Franklin.
Upload it.
Keep
Thank you very
visiting.
much.
I think on Monday, start visiting. Just a moment. I'm gonna have a look on the price of gold today. Today is Friday.
Okay.
Just a moment.
All right. Yes.
Okay. Now, the 22 carats is $81,000
Oh.
per kilo.
Mhm.
And if you're buying refined, that $81,000 is unrefined. The refined is down at the moment. Last night was 89. Today is down a little bit of 88,456.93 per kilo on refined.
Mhm.
That is gold bullion. Yes. So we are selling unrefined, which is $81,000. But if you convince Wilhelmina that $81,000 can be reduced, could be 75 or could be 68. It depends. It
Okay,
depends.
depends. Yes.
Yeah. It depends on my mood, because I'm the one will pressure the seller, and that price
Sure.
is tax included. So the buyer is a winner because you don't need to pay the value added tax. It's already on the price. That's why
Oh,
it's,
on the price.
we
Yes.
pay, you pay,
It's already included.
yeah, you pay
That's a good deal.
premium. Yeah, you pay
Mm.
premium. And you, what you have to do, you only pay the shipping cost and insurance. Now going back
That is
to
good.
brings, Franklin, so that you have also idea in the future. We
Okay.
don't deal Brinks. Okay,
Mm.
Brinks is the shipping agent.
Mm.
So the buyer has an account just like a DHL, right?
Yeah.
You bring your goods to DHL, then the DHL will inspect what is inside of your box, and you have to
Mm.
declare that, and then
Sure.
you have to
You have to be good.
insure, and then you have to pay
Mhm.
the shipping agent. In Brinks,
And it's very
exactly
expensive
the
on
same.
DHL.
Yes, on Brinks, the same. The Brinks
Okay.
would not accept these valued goods if there is no proper export documentation,
Mm.
because Brinks can be accused as gold laundering, and then
Yeah.
Brinks can be
Okay.
accused as a smuggler. So Brinks is very,
Mhm.
very careful. That's why I explain it, that please, sellers would not deal Brinks unless you pay the gold.
Mm.
Yes, unless you
Proper
make an
documentation
arrangement that the Brinks
before they
can.
accept. Mm.
Sorry, what did you say,
You have to
Franklin?
pay the gold. You have
Yes,
to pay the gold and do proper documentation before Brinks can accept the
correct,
gold to
correct,
export it.
correct.
Good.
So that's good that I explained during our conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
there is no more secret. There is no secret in
Yeah.
buying. There's a saying, there is no secret of success, but there is a system. I'm giving the buyer a
Yeah.
proper system in order for the buyer to become successful. Yeah.
That's true. The
Mm.
system. That's very important.
Yes.
System. Everything needs a system to
Yes.
succeed in it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sick and tired dealing with a small joker buyer. I'm sick. That's why I call them joker. They can only buy 1 kilo, 2 kilos. No, this is not for them. Keep your money. Put that in the bank. When you
Yeah.
invest in gold, Franklin, in a year, your profit is 80%. Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Mm-hmm.
increase every month. Maybe 100, 300, 400. But
Yeah.
on the first trial, start a trial reasonable, at least 20. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Used to be we deal 5 kilos and 10 kilos. My seller would no longer accepting. Take it or leave it.
And this,
20
okay.
kilos.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Mhm.
We'll keep in touch.
Yes, Franklin, it's nice talking to you, and keep watching on the world market the price of gold, and
All right.
I will update you the price. And thank you that you don't complain about our conversation, and you are going to
No.
be superstar on my YouTube platform and on Facebook.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Franklin, and have a nice. What time is it in Finland?
The time here now is at 6:16 a.m.
Here
Friday
in
morning.
Brisbane is 2:19 in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay. Have
So,
a nice day too.
yeah, thank you.
Now.
Thank you, Franklin. Good and bye.
Yeah, bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. When you wake up, whenever you are, I have a very good conversation with the buyer that he lost money. So he share his body experience for the future buyer, that you're gonna be aware this is not for you if you want to buy 1 kilo. And those buyer that doesn't like to be on YouTube, please don't come to Wilhelmina, because you are going to be interviewed live video call, and you are going to be automatically on my YouTube channel. If you don't like to be on my platform, don't dare to come, and don't dare to send a message. Just listen and read the full corporate offer. At least you gain knowledge. Knowledge is worth $1,000,000. I've given you a knowledge. But if you don't like to be interviewed live video call, don't dare to come to Wilhelmina, because you are going to be interviewed live. You are. And those person that doesn't like it, so please keep your money. Don't. Go somewhere else. Go and deal with other seller, offer you cheap price. Guaranteed. I beat you. You will realize that Wilhelmina is right. You are going to be cheated, and you are going to lose money, and then you kill yourself. There was an American guy who went to Ghana, I think 6 years ago, and his investor put money. And then this American guy, he traveled to Ghana because he was excited. He was a scam of $3 million, and he couldn't face his investor, and he killed himself. And another one, my own seller, he believed on buyer, and 450 kilos was shipped into Paris, 100% CIF, because that buyer offered that he is going to invest in gold, and the eldest son agreed, and the eldest son flew to Paris. When the gold arrived, the gold is no longer in the hand of that fake buyer, and the buyer cannot be found. And the father says, do not come home without $24 million in the bank. Last year, I received a phone call that he is going to retrieve the body of his son. I told him that before, when I was in the office, let your son come home. In a way, you have plenty of gold. You can recover your losses. Now, I'm sharing you the bad experience. You, that you don't like to be on my YouTube channel, and you're scared to be on YouTube, don't come to Wilhelmina. And if I mention your name, don't come to Wilhelmina. I was talking to Franklyn. Franklyn have no issue, but this person, this, I call him idiot, excuse my language. You are not supposed to come to Wilhelmina. You've been searching on YouTube. You bump into my video. You are lucky that you meet Wilhelmina. You are. You found a good knowledge. Knowledge is worth $1,000,000. But to me, I block you so that you will not come back. You are not qualified because you only buy 1 kilo. Yeah. There are so many buyers from Italy. They are already on the ground. Reject. They went to Mali. They think they can get gold CIF. There's a buyer last night stuck in Conakry for 2 weeks. I said, let's talk tomorrow. That was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was sleeping. I forgot to close my phone, and I told him, this joker broker. I told him, I'm sleeping. You disturbed me, but go ahead. Let's talk a little bit. And I said to him, no, we don't deal CIF. This is FOB. Now, Mr. Baye, you've been watching my video. Impossible you would not learn. Why Franklyn learn already? Franklyn watching my 4 YouTube channel. He loves it. He loves it to watch my video because he is going to travel next year in his own country in Sierra Leone. He's an African, but he was been a victim. Why? Because he was been listening to the seller that who offer gold, and his gold was being confiscated in Nairobi. This is what Franklyn was sharing to me. I share it to you guys so that you will be aware that this is not for you if you have less capital. And this is not for you if you cut corner. If the seller will say pay taxes, don't. You have to pay the gold plus valued added tax. Simple as that. You will get the assay report. You will get the certificate of clearance. You will get the ownership. You will get the custom clearance. It is on here. Subscribe and click below. Read the full corporate offer. Impossible you will not understand. If you went to school, I'm sure you will comprehend. Asking silly question, you are giving a silly answer. All the question and answer is already on every video. The full corporate offer are all the same except the price. Now I put available stock, Conakry, Mali, and Sierra Leone. I will determine which seller I'm going to take you after my validation. And during our conversation live video call, if I'll say, I'm sorry, we don't deal with BLC, CIF, or block fund, meaning to say, you're not qualified. Why? You don't have cash flow. A real buyer would not ask CIF. A real buyer would not ask SBLC. A real buyer would not ask block fund. He has to show that he has $1 million. We have the gold, you have the money, then you can have the supply. But if you have a deficiency of cash flow, then you have a deficiency of supply. You would not get supply unless you pay the gold, unless you pay the gold plus government sales tax. Now, our selling price is tax included. Why? I was the one who asked the seller, let's give the buyer a leeway. So the tax is already on the price. Our price is premium. You understand that, Mr. Buyer? Thank you very much. I just finished talking to Franklyn. Franklyn has no issue. But those buyers that have an issue, that he doesn't want to be on my YouTube channel, please don't come to Wilhelmina for interview. Don't. Go somewhere else. At least you listen to my video. At least you read the full corporate offer. Then at the end of the watching of my video, you're aware na. You owe me a favor instead, because no one is giving you this kind of information. None whatsoever. There's so many joker broker you're dealing with. Go for it. There's so many small seller offering you cheap price. Go for it. At least you stay in Africa, you stay in the hotel, you buy ticket. But when you arrive on that particular in Sierra Leone, in Mali, in Ghana, Nairobi, Tanzania, it's different. I have an American guy lost money. He was stuck in Dubai for many years. I sent him $450. And you, Mr. Buyer, you don't like to be interviewed? Don't come for interview. Don't. Go somewhere else and do your own business. Gold business is not for you. We don't sell 1 kilo, 2 kilos. Okay? So that you will not be burned out and you cannot afford to pay my extra services. When I travel, yes, I do charge. I'm not giving away my free time. I already given you initial information. You learn from University of Hard Knocks from Wilhelmina. This business would not found in university. You will not get this in university. You wouldn't. You will get this vital information from Wilhelmina, from University of Hard Knocks. Why? Because my experience, I've been in marketing for bloody 36 years. I share it with you, and you don't like to be interviewed, peace off. Yes. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning to you when you wake up, and good afternoon here.